Roughly 4 years ago, I thought I'd be clever and switch from the modern razor with its expensive $2.50 blades with their plastic and packaging and all this excess material to an old school razor, a old school safety razor with the double-edged blade. The blade itself out on the open is super dangerous, but the difference is the old school blades 40 cents, the new school stuff $2.50. So at the time, 4 years ago, I looked around at my options for these safety razors. And I looked and I looked and I saw some that were like $100 plus. And I went, wow, that's ridiculous. And I saw others that were like $35, $40, $50. There's a huge range of prices on these things. And how do you tell the difference in them, right? They're all kind of the same in that price bracket. They all have the same head on them that says made in India. And the handles are really the only thing that are different. So you're paying for the handle at a lot of these lower price bracket stuff, and I'm saying less than $100 these days. You're paying for differences in handles. All the heads seem to be about the same. They all have that little made in India thing on there, and they all look exactly the same. So I looked around at that time and I went, oh, this one, it looks nice. It's a nice design. It's made out of metal. Metal lasts forever, you know. $35. Why would I pay more than that? But turns out 4 years later, here we are, it's broken. And yeah, there are some cosmetic stuff on here. The chrome has come off. You see the sort of nickel coating or whatever that is, brass coating underneath it. That is okay. Aesthetics, alright, I can live with it. But what I can't live with is lack of functionality. It doesn't work anymore because the threading where the head fits into the handle is stripped out. I don't know how this happened. I treat it very gently, and yet these threads just wore out just by being screwed in and out every few weeks. And so now I need a new razor. I'm a little upset about this because I had planned on never buying a razor again. That was the plan. That was how I was going to save all this money. And I have saved money. Over 4 years I've made money on this thing for sure, compared to I would have spent a lot of money on blades by now, where I've spent like $20 on blades over 4 years. So I'm happy with that. The question here is, alright, now do I buy another $35 razor with the expectation that I might get 5 years out of this thing? Or do I, as my original intent, try and find a razor that will last forever? I'll never have to buy another razor. That's the goal. My first question is, what is the best razor you can buy? We'll start there and see what makes that thing so much better, right? Start looking around at the market for razors, and I find out there's some differences here. Once you get to the high-end stuff, and I'm talking you're close to $200, if not, you get a razor that these things are machined, like hand machined, custom machined stuff. Not custom, so to speak, but to a degree. They just machine this razor out of a chunk of stainless steel. You can also get stuff out of aluminum. That seems to be it's a slightly more cost effective than the stainless steel. It's a softer metal, easier to machine. I've seen titanium, copper, brass, things that are machined. I've only seen like one company that's doing an assortment of metals like that. Most of them seem to be stainless steel or aluminum on the super high end of the market here. The timeless one was the only one I saw that had a really distinct design difference on the head. They have these extra large rinse channels, and when you're looking at pictures of these online, you go, wow, those are big rinse channels. This has got to make the size of the head bigger, but somehow it doesn't. Compared to my old razor, you can see that the head is really not much taller or wider or thicker than the old razor. I was worried, oh, maybe I won't be able to get up under my nose very easily, but no, it's not the case. No problem there. And so I spent a lot of money on this thing. I was very hesitant to spend that much money on a razor. I did the math though, and the payoff on this compared to a conventional razor is about 5.5 years. I expect this thing to last the rest of my life. So how does it shave? Well, I've been shaving with that $35 razor for the past 4 years. Safety razors, I had never had a safety razor before. That was my first safety razor, and I had no expectations. I got it, I put in the blades, I tried different types of blades. I had the cheaper blades that it came with, used those. I was like, okay, this is shaving with a safety razor. This is dangerous. This thing could definitely cut my face open if I'm not careful, right? I switched to higher end blades, went with some feather blades, which are supposed to be very high quality blades. Feather's a brand. And then, so I switched to the feather brand blade. It's supposed to be really nice blades. They're sharper blades for sure. And used those, I was like, all right, these are nice blades. I can tell they can very easily cut my face open. So I gotta be careful. So 4 years of shaving with that $35 razor, I was always under the impression that safety razors are just, they have the name safety, but they're still dangerous. They can still get you, much more so than a conventional razor. But what I've learned, shaved with this timeless razor, is that that $35 razor is crap for multiple reasons. Not only is it made out of this zinc-like crappy metal that wears away, is not very durable, but also the design of the head on there does not make for a good shave. So don't waste your time, is my point with these $35 razors. Compared to the $35 razor, the timeless razor is in a league of its own. I no longer fear that the blade has unlimited potential to cut my face off. The timeless razor is very comparable to shaving with a modern multi-blade razor as far as safety goes. And the shave quality is also phenomenal. For me, this razor goes into a very exclusive club of things I own, whose price tags at first seemed unreasonable. Yet, once I was able to use the item, its quality so far exceeded other items on the market, it made the price actually seem like a great value. If you're one of those people that says, hey, if I'm buying a tool, I'm going to buy the best tool, it's actually a good way to go. The best tools last longer, they're higher quality, they work better. And this is definitely one of those tools.